From Careco TV, one of the longest running outdoor programs on television today, exploring the country and the coast in search of adventures. From the mountains of the Great Northwest to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean, this is Americana Outdoors, presented by Garmin. This week on Americana Outdoors, we're in Devil's Lake, North Dakota for coverage of the 2023 Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's National Walleye Tour Championship, presented by Progressive. All season long, the nation's top anglers have been competing long and hard. Now, the top 40 qualifiers in both the pro and co-angler divisions have converged here to see who takes home the championship title. We're kicking off day one of the championship with the reigning Progressive Angler of the Year, Dwayne Jalm. He rolled into town this week second overall in the 2023 standings. Launching day one with co-angler Tom Samp, the first cold front of the season is pushed in, bringing high winds and a near 20-degree drop in temps. Casting to scattered fish, Tom gets the early bites, but in a no-call tournament on a fishery of this quality, most anything under 20 inches gets tossed back.
Yeah, we're going to be fishing a combination of deep and shallow today. Once we find the right zone, I think we can hone in a little bit better, but right now we're just covering a lot of water and seeing what that weather system that came in on Tuesday night did to these fish. So,
coming off one of the most impressive seasons in NWT history, Dwayne pulls the plug on his first spot. We'll check in on him later. John Hoyer is your reigning 2022 overall champ, as well as the current Progressive points leader.
That's how we start the day. My gosh, dude.
My game plan is to catch, oh man, I don't even know if I can put a number to it. I want 25 pounds a day at least. It's my first time being here, forward-facing sonar, and side imaging can tell you a little bit about an area, and you can catch them and they're nice sized ones, but going through some of these areas and realizing how many fish there are in Devil's Lake right now, it's literally mind-blowing.
With a boat up for grabs for the champ and the Progressive Angler of the Year, John has the rare possibility of winning 2 boats at this event.
We're keeping a small one, just so our huge one has a friend.
Those things were so active. The first 2 were just flying around. One nipped it, and then the other 2 came rolling in. Like, hey, what's going on here? And the thing just shot up and ate it.
Competing for 2 days, we'll cut to the top 10 in both divisions for the third and final day. Sacking up 5 for 30 pounds 10 ounces for 4th on day 1, Eric keeps himself in contention.
It's very important for a good start here, especially weighing a bag over 30 pounds. There's a few guys that have done that today, and it's not very common here on Devil's Lake. So it's going to be those guys that can go back out tomorrow and do another 30 or at least another 20 pounds to make it day 3, and that's the number one goal, is to move on to the 3rd day.
John Hoyer, Wayzata, Minnesota.
John Hoyer rounded out the top 5 with 30 pounds 6 ounces.
That's pretty good.
30 was the goal, I'm not going to lie. There is so many big walleyes in your lake right now, and this was the first time I was fortunate to fish with forward-facing sonar. Practice looked a lot like number 7 on the trolling motor hauling down, and there's areas in this lake right now where you can't even believe it. It looks like Green Bay. There's so many walleyes.
NWT Pro, Mr. Corey Heiser.
Corey Heiser put 30.15 on the scales for 3rd, while Dustin Minke locked up 2nd, weighing 31.03.
I feel really good. We just weighed over 31 pounds, biggest bag I've ever caught on Devils. We're here at the championship, so it's been a good day.
But it was second-year pro Matt Schiefelbein with a limit for 32 pounds and an ounce and the day 1 lead.
Your 5 fish weigh 32 pounds and an ounce. That's how we're going to start off the championship. Congratulations to both you guys.
Couldn't be more excited about that. This is my first time ever leading a National Walleye Tour event in my life. It was just an absolutely unbelievable day on Devil's Lake. We had our 7 fish in the box by 8:55 this morning and took a nice little ride in. And it's a weird feeling for me. I've never been in early, let alone 3 hours or 4 hours before they open up the scales. But it was an awesome morning and a great day on Devil's Lake.
Here's a look at the top 10 at the end of day 1. It's worth noting that the top 5 are all Ranger Pro staff, and if qualified, the eventual winner could earn the $10,000 Ranger Cup contingency payout. We'll return to tournament coverage in just a moment, but in the meantime, take this opportunity to subscribe to our Americana Outdoors YouTube channel. Launching from Grahams Island State Park, we'll get Day 2 coverage underway with current tournament leader Matt Schiefelbein. The Ranger Pro sacked up 32 pounds early on Day 1 and spent most of the morning at the dock waiting for the scales to open.
All right, we're here. We finally made it to our first starting spot here. We're in East Devils Lake. We're on some deep rock. We're going to be drop shotting some leeches and jig wrapping. I'm looking for these fish on my Garmin. There's big pods and there's singles. Normally the singles are big ones, so hopefully we can get started off with a big single mark here this morning.
Fish right underneath the boat.
Co-angler Eric Wesolowski is the first to strike, and Matt makes the scoop.
Got her.
20.5.
Yeah, we'll throw it in.
Devil's Lake is a no-cull fishery where anglers can have up to 7 in the live well and weigh in their best 5. With their first fish in the boat, Matt swings on their second.
There we go.
Nice job.
That's one of the better ones. Beautiful Devil's Lake 22-incher. Gonna go in the box for sure. This is number 2 now. Bite's definitely a little slower, like I said, but I can't throw back a 22-incher, so in the box she goes.
With a $99,000 championship prize package on the pro side, Matt is in contention for the biggest payday of his career. Now, let's check in with Dustin Minke, who launched this morning in 2nd place.
Yep. Nice. Good job, buddy. All right. Beauty. We'll take her. There we go. First one.
With his first in the live well, he resets, and minutes later, sets the hook on their second.
Nice scoop like you did before. Right under. Yes. My God, dude. Good job, buddy. There you go. Number 2.
Now, we're hopping over to Corey Heiser's boat with his co-angler, Tyler Krupa.
Fish.
With 2 in the live well, Corey sets the hook. Tyler reaches for the net and makes the scoop. It's small, but with the clock ticking and few options left, that one will probably have to go in the box.
19 7/8.
Go ahead and keep it.
As we head back to the scales, keep in mind only the top 10 in each division will move on to compete in the last day of competition. Back at the scales, Corey Heiser weighed in 4 fish for 10 pounds 6 ounces and dropped down to 15th place.
Just a grind today. I knew it was going to be a struggle with the big wind, and that's exactly what happened.
Reigning Progressive Angler of the Year, Dwayne Jelm wrapped up his season today, adding 21 pounds to his total and finished in 14th.
We tried hard, left nothing out there, and it's been a fun season.
Ranger Berkeley pro Corey Sprengel had his toughest season in years, but he put it together this week, qualifying in 10th to fish the final day. Checking in at the top, Josh Wiesner put 25 pounds and an ounce on the scales for a 2-day total of 51.15 and 5th place. Second-year pro Matt Schiefelbein wanted a top 10, and with his 56-pound 2-day total weight, he'll launch tomorrow in 4th. Dustin Minke sacked up 31.03 on day 1, adding 30 pounds 6 ounces here on day 2, earning 3rd place.
What you got to do to win this thing?
You know, I think the best thing I can do is be consistent and try to bring in another 30-pound bag and just hope maybe a few guys stumble a little bit, and then that puts me in, or I gotta, just really be picky on what I keep and really take a run at it.
Isaac Lockage launched this morning in 6th, but on the strength of a 36 8-ounce bag, he'll jump up to 2nd with 66.10. And that leaves us with the reigning 2022 champ and current Progressive points leader, John Hoyer.
This is going to be a giant bag, the biggest bag we've seen on this stage all season long. Ladies and gentlemen, John Hoyer, 39 pounds, 12 ounces.
How excited are you?
Super excited, mostly because I literally can't wait to get back out fishing. I had the miracle day today, so whatever happens tomorrow, I'm excited to see how it goes down, but literally no pressure. I did what I needed to do for Angler of the Year, and I don't even know, maybe even mathematically I've won, so I haven't checked or anything yet, but I feel amazing.
Here's a look at the top 10 standings in both the pro and co divisions. We'll return to the field in just a moment, But in the meantime, take this opportunity to subscribe to our Americana Outdoors YouTube channel. Welcome to the third day of coverage at the 2023 Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's National Walleye Tour Championship, presented by Progressive. Before we hit the water with these eager anglers, let's learn about our host city.
What's not to love about Devil's Lake? It's largest natural lake in the state of North Dakota. Other attractions include White Horse Hill National Game Preserve. Out there you can see bison, elk. Moose has wandered in this year, so you can check that out. We've got a couple of other historic attractions around, and we've got a great golf course, which is right along the shores of the lake as well. In the wintertime, we don't really slow down at all as far as bringing anglers in. Ice fishing for jumbo perch is great in the wintertime. If you want to find out more, you can visit our website at devilslakend.com. Anything you need to know, from restaurants to places to stay, we have you covered.
Launching right into day 3, we're on the water with current leader of the pack, John Hoyer, and his co-angler, Trinity Schaff.
He took it again, he said. Nice.
He dropped it and came back and took it again.
Well, there's a bunch of them up there.
Oh, come on.
What a specimen. Like a 21-inch 4-pounder. All right, we'll keep it. Number 1.
All right, let's keep her going.
Got her. Net. It's not that big of one, but it's a good one. It's a solid fish.
Isaac Lockage started the day in second, nearly 4 pounds behind our leader. After a long, quiet stretch this morning, he finally got a hook into a fish. Then it was decision time.
Yeah, we need to start. It's a starting point. It's 5.5.
Ranger Pro Dustin Minke launched this morning in third, fishing with Michigan co-angler Paul Stokes. They're facing the same weather challenges as the rest of the field, and it wasn't until mid-morning that they finally put their first keeper in the live well.
Took a while, but we're on the board. That sun popped out. There was a couple of big ones with it, like big. I would say like the super size like we want. So it's good to see. We kind of got away from shore now and might have found a little pod of them. Just bought ourselves a little more time in here.
With the cloud cover breaking, we'll check back in with John Hoyer and Trinity Schaff.
That one was pretty cool. I saw it right away.
I looked over and saw it go down.
Well, I casted at it and finally got to see the fish whip around and go down on the night crawler, so net it. You got it?
Yeah.
Yes!
That's 2 in the boat for an unofficial 9.5 pounds.
Needed that one in a big way. Thank you, Devil's Lake. She's a 5.5 pounder, and we needed her. A long one. As you can see, the confidence level in this boat with Trinity and I is pretty high. So anytime you're fishing shallow, weeds, bay, it's gonna get better as the water warms.
Let's see how some of our anglers are using forward-facing sonar like Garmin LiveScope to target those fish.
Oh, Garmin's everything. LiveScope has changed the way a lot of us have fished. I mean, I really don't make nearly as many casts in a given day as I used to. I'm primarily really just looking for them first and then trying to catch them. And I'll tell you, it's a tricky ordeal, but the rewards are awesome. That's a big one.
Yeah,
Hold on.
you're capable.
That makes keeper number 3 for Lockage and Rich Weiss. We'll return to the field in just a moment. But in the meantime, take this opportunity to subscribe to our Americana Outdoors YouTube channel. Welcome back to the final day of the 2023 Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's National Walleye Tour Championship, presented by Progressive. Before we head to the scales for the final weigh-in, let's check in with John Hoyer and his co-angler Trinity Schaff one last time.
Got it. Boom! 20 casts later. Whew! Finally a nice one. Oh, we needed that one so bad. Thank you for floating there. Oh my gosh. So we got 5 in there. 2 more bites like that and we could still have a chance to win. It'd be nice to have some 8-pounders, but whew.
That'll do it for our time on the water. As we head over to the scales, let's take a look at what's at stake with a record-breaking amount of money up for grabs. On the pro side, there's a $388,000 total cash purse, including a Ranger boat and motor package and $30 grand in cash for the champ. And another new boat and motor package to the Progressive Angler of the Year. Getting right into the heart of the matter, Will Pappenfuss has the lead with 79 pounds 3 ounces.
Your new leader at 79 pounds, 3 ounces.
Up next, Josh Wiesner comes up a bit short, as does Dustin Minke and 2021 champ Eric McQuoid. Wisconsin pro Isaac Lockich weighed in his smallest bag of the week, but still took over the lead with a 3-day total of 90 pounds 6 ounces.
It's just been such a fun week here at Devils. I mean, last time I was here in 2019, we were just starting to learn how to use our Garmin electronics and use our live scope. And coming back here with, the knowledge we have now, just turned this into our own little playground this week.
We have one angler left to weigh in.
The #1 pro and the #1 co here at Devil's Lake on the final day. Your Ranger Mercury Pro out of Wayzata, Minnesota is John Hoyer! Co-angler today, Trinity Schaff out of Fargo, North Dakota. Can a North Dakota guy lock it up? 70 pounds, 2 ounces after 2 days for John. 54.15 for Trinity. 5 fish in the box. 23.4. New leader on both sides. Your winners here at Devil's Lake is John Hoyer, Trinity Schaff. Make some noise, Devil's Lake!
I just won the National Walleye Tour Championship on Devil's Lake for my 2nd time, and I also clinched Angler of the Year. So they handed me this huge cardboard check that says like $202,000 on it or something. It's unbelievable.
That $202,000 check is the biggest single payout in NWT history, and Hoyer is the first to win both the championship title and the Progressive Angler of the Year. Here's a look at the rest of the top 10 on the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's leaderboard. On the co-angler side, North Dakota's own Trinity Schaff racks up his first win on the tour, taking home $6,500.
Oh, it's been such a learning experience. Every draw that I've had, each one's brought something new to the table, which has taught me a ton more. I've been fishing my whole entire life, but until you actually sit in a boat with these guys and go spend a day with them on the water, there's so many different techniques and so many different methods that you can't even imagine that are out there. And I thought I knew quite a bit, but when you're out there with these pros, it really makes you feel it neutrals you a little bit, where you understand that there's a lot more to learn.
Checking in on the Progressive Co-Angler of the Year, Jonathan Cieslak takes the honors.
When you sign up for the co-angler, to me, I feel like it's you're signing up for the learning experience. Winning this trophy, that's great, but it's honestly anybody on this tour could have won it if they would have paired up with the guys I paired up with. I just was lucky enough to do it, so I appreciate, appreciate being out here and the opportunity that they give and having this format, because it's a great format to learn for guys who possibly are thinking about going pro in the future.
That's a wrap on the 2023 season of the Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's National Walleye Tour presented by Progressive. Visit nationalwalleyetour.com for information regarding next season. Hey, thank you for watching, and join us again next week on a new episode of Americana Outdoors. Americana Outdoors is a Careco TV production.